You finally did it. You bought a new PC. It's faster on paper, better specs, more memory, maybe even an SSD. And for the first few hours, it feels amazing. Everything is smooth, apps open instantly, no lag, no waiting. And then a few days later, something feels off. It's not slow exactly, but it's not as fast as you expected. Programs hesitate, your browser feels heavier, and you start thinking, why does this already feel slower? Here's the thing nobody tells you. A new PC doesn't stay fast by default. People think performance comes from hardware alone. Better CPU, more RAM, faster storage, that should solve everything. But here's the truth. Hardware sets the potential. It doesn't guarantee the experience. What you're actually feeling isn't raw performance. It's how efficiently your system is using that performance. And this is where things start to break down. The moment you start a new PC, it begins collecting friction, not damage, just small inefficiencies. Apps adding themselves to startup, background services running quietly, browser extensions piling up, files accumulating, updates happening in the background. Each one is small, but together they change how the system feels. Think of it like a clean desk. At first, everything is easy, but over time, clutter builds up. Papers, cables, random items, individually harmless, but eventually it slows you down. Your PC works the same way, and this starts happening almost immediately. Within the first week, many systems already have dozens of background processes running that weren't there on day one. Not malware, just normal behavior. But normal doesn't mean efficient. One of the biggest culprits is startup programs. Many apps quietly add themselves to startup without asking. So every time you turn on your PC, they launch automatically and keep running. You're not starting fresh, you're starting with a workload. And that's why a new PC can feel slower within days, not because the hardware changed, but because the workload did. Then there's your browser. This is where a lot of performance disappears. Modern browsers are powerful, but heavy. Tabs, extensions, background scripts, they add up quickly. For many users, the browser is the heaviest app on the system. So even on a new PC, an overloaded browser can make everything feel slower. There's also background activity, updates, system tasks, app processes, all running quietly. Sometimes they overlap with what you're doing, creating small delays. Individually, none of this seems like a big deal, but together they create that feeling the system isn't as responsive as it was on day one. Here's the key shift. Your PC didn't lose performance, it lost efficiency, and those are not the same thing. Most people respond by thinking they need more RAM, faster hardware, but adding resources doesn't fix inefficiency. It just gives it more space. It's like widening a road without fixing traffic. So what actually works? Reduce what's running. Go into startup settings and disable what you don't need. If you don't use it daily, it doesn't need to start automatically. Manage your browser. Close unused tabs, remove unnecessary extensions, treat it like a workspace, not storage. Pay attention to background apps. If you're not using something, close it. Keep your system clean. Remove unused software, avoid filling your storage. A cluttered system is a slower system. And let your system finish updates before expecting peak performance. None of this is complicated, but it changes how your system behaves. And here's what most people don't expect. A well-managed mid-range PC can feel faster than a poorly managed high-end one. Because performance isn't just power, it's how that power is used. Once you understand this, your mindset changes. You stop chasing specs and start managing efficiency. You stop asking how to make your PC stronger and start asking what's slowing it down. And that's where real improvements happen.